America can secure its energy future by joining OPEC Plus opinion. In his second inaugural address, President Donald Trump declared a national energy emergency and reiterated his intention to increase domestic oil production and reduce oil prices. 2 days later, he called on Saudi Arabia and OPEC to bring down oil prices. This rapid evolution in Trump's energy policy demonstrates that America cannot unilaterally control global oil prices, nor is pressuring OPEC a viable long-term solution. To secure its energy future and stabilize oil prices, the U.S. should join OPEC Plus and formally cooperate with the original OPEC cartel. Joining OPEC Plus, a group of oil-producing nations that coordinate with OPEC to pursue common energy policies, would be transformative. It would position the U.S. to set global oil prices alongside the cartel, help stabilize inflation expectations, strengthen the Federal Reserve's ability to manage interest rates, and leverage energy policy as a potent geopolitical tool against rivals like China. Joining OPEC Plus would mark a dramatic shift in U.S. energy strategy, but align with our nation's broader energy and foreign policy objectives. Trump inherited an oil price that had been aggressively managed downward by his predecessor. During Joe Biden's presidency, domestic oil production increased by 2 million barrels per day. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve was tapped for 200 million barrels, and Iran's production grew to 1.6 million barrels per day. As a result, Trump's energy emergency begins with an oil market shaped by years of intervention. Against this backdrop, Trump's strategy of relying solely on increased domestic production to lower oil prices was always going to be fraught. U.S. production growth is more constrained by geological limits than by regulatory barriers, leaving little room for another drilling boom. Market realities have borne this out. Domestic rig rates and the lower 48 rig count have remained flat since Trump's election. Pressuring Saudi Arabia and OPEC to temporarily lower prices may yield short-term relief, but this approach is not sustainable. While OPEC might briefly boost production, its members are unlikely to agree to permanently low prices. A more strategic and enduring solution for the United States lies in joining forces with OPEC Plus. By formally aligning with OPEC Plus, the U.S. could revolutionize global energy markets. OPEC Plus currently controls 48% of global oil output but struggles to maintain price stability. With the U.S. included, the coalition would dominate 2/3 of global production, wielding unparalleled market power. This would allow our nation, alongside the cartel, to set and stabilize oil prices at levels that balance economic growth with geopolitical strategy. Such cooperation would entail trade-offs. Stable but higher oil prices might strain relations with oil-importing allies in Europe and Asia. However, the strategic benefits would far outweigh these costs, particularly in countering China, which imports more than 11 million barrels of oil per day, more than any other country. Every $10 increase in oil prices adds $30 billion to China's annual import bill. Tightening the screws on China before it fully diversifies its energy sources would be a significant geopolitical win. Furthermore, higher oil prices would test the strength of the Russia-China partnership. A stronger oil market would benefit Russia economically but potentially disrupt its growing alignment with Beijing. Undermining Russia-China cooperation has long been a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy, and joining OPEC Plus could provide America with new leverage. Joining OPEC Plus is not without risks, but the potential rewards are immense. By becoming a key player in the cartel, the U.S. could reshape global energy markets, stabilize domestic economic conditions, and gain a decisive edge in the geopolitical contest with China. If Trump is serious about securing America's energy future and asserting its dominance on the global stage, joining OPEC Plus is the right move.